We received the report from Rand Water to say how far we were, but also received the report from the National Consortium led by the NECT. And all these reports give highlights of the, all these reports indeed confirm the point that we have really moved a long way in being ready for teaching on the 8th of June. So, for instance, the number of provinces which were initially classified as low risk have improved from, for instance, 2 to 6. The number of provinces which are classified as high risk have improved to, there's not even one province now that is high risk, and they've improved to medium risk. And you will note that different provinces are at different stages depending on a number of factors that are there. Some of them, as I said earlier, equipments were being blocked on their way to schools by people who really wanted to have had an opportunity to provide services to the department, and that interfered greatly with the readiness of other provinces. So some of the problems that also delayed us were issues of vandalism. And I hope when MECs speak about their state of readiness will indicate how many schools have been vandalized. And even during the course of this week, we had quite a number of schools which were broken to. We got reports that people just come and kick your toilet seats, remove taps, just to really disorganize us. Up to now, we have more than 1,672 schools which have been vandalized. As I said, there was also interference with the deliveries of goods. The induction and orientation of teachers has not been completed. One of the biggest challenges that we had was around sanitation. And I think the public or members of the public will remember that the virus found us right in the middle of our SAFE program. And because of the lockdown, we couldn't continue with the implementation of our sanitation program. And some of the contractors were only able to go back to site on the 1st of June. And that presented a number of challenges. But now, in short, we can say with confidence that about 95% of our schools have been ably provided with all the necessary COVID-19 imperatives. The sector, with the assistance of our partners, will also strive to deal with the remaining 5%. We've identified schools, because initially I had said a school that is not compliant will not be able to open. And that's a commitment we had made to Cabinet. It's a commitment that we have made to the net and to health, but also it's a commitment that we have gazetted that a school which is not COVID-19 compliant will not be able to open, because we cannot risk anything or risk anybody's safety. Parents who are anxious to send their kids, we have a few proposals which have been tabled before us as CM. We're considering those proposals. In a very short space of time, we will be able to respond and say what should parents do if they are unable to send their children, not only for underlying health challenges, but if it's also just pure anxiety about sending children to school. We have indeed solicited support and assistance from the South African National Defence Force, as I said, the Development Bank of South Africa, the Mvula Trust, to collaborate with the department and provinces to accelerate the provision of water and sanitation in outstanding schools, so that even in areas where we have sought alternative arrangements, those are really temporal, and we should be able, with all those departments and entities, find alternative ways of making sure that indeed we are ready. We are also cooperating with the Department of Transport to ensure that learner transport provided does meet the health, safety, and social distancing measures as required by COVID-19. And this will include scholar transport for learners with special education needs. We are also continuing to work with the Department of Health and Social Development to ensure that health and psychosocial needs of school communities are being met. We have fully appreciated the support that we got from the communities, the support that we got from the private sector, but schools have raised the concerns of visitors in schools and have requested me to make the appeal to say, for now, I think things are fine. We would not wish for people to visit schools if not by appointment to the principal, because school says they've had people coming to check on their readiness, not wearing masks. And now that they're going to be receiving learners, they will not wish to have other people who are not part of the school establishment to visit schools. So we're humbly requesting the public not to visit our schools unless it's per appointment with the principal, or they have a letter from the district saying they'll be visiting a school, but there should be no other person in the school premises starting from Monday the 8th. And yeah, so we're saying with all respect, because people have really been around helping us the whole week, but we just don't think it helps us to maintain the safety standards that we want to do.